Everybody young Chang tonight. Everybody young Chang tonight. Yeah, that's right. Oh, whatever time of day it is. Hey, my name is Justin. Yes, Justin. And I'm here to tell you about gnöd-möd, my deck of cards and dice. Because I have a vested interest in letting you know about them. Here's the dice. I got 3 of them. Here's a cube. This is an 11-sider. Yikes. This is a rhombic dodecahedron that actually functions as 3 separate die. Math. Alright. So, I want to tell you, what is this thing really? What is this deck of cards that comes completely with 41 of these and 19 of these? Interestingly, 2 prime numbers. Kind of cool. And what do they add up to? They add up to 60. That's a nice round one. Very, very round. And we've got those. Then we've got these 3 dice. What is this? Is it a game? Music is the game, my friend. This is an analog computer. It computes musical possibilities with analogy. Now, maybe you've heard of analogy before. I have. I wonder why they call it analogy. Maybe it's kind of like you go around in a circle and then you gain new insightful meaning about what it is that you're thinking / talking about. I don't know. Maybe not. That sounds like it's a real stretch. But here's a nice visual analog for music. Maybe you've heard of it before. What is this song? I'm going through some other teacher's stuff over here. Oh, the classic. Oh, yes. Uh-huh. I bet that I don't even know where this came from, except for right there. Obviously, it came from right there. Right there in that pile. But I think, chances are, you've probably heard of this song before. And this is one particular arrangement that appears to be in the key of G major. I happen to know that from my experience both teaching and playing music. But if you're a complete noob, you might look at this and be like, where do I even start? Well, let me tell you, this is some dense, dense, dense stuff. Because you might think about it and be like, oh yeah, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a 1-horse open sleigh. Hey. Yeah. Why would they play? Oh, they did that there instead of that. Interesting choice. Okay, yeah, I like that one, all right. I see. So, I've gotten to the point where I could pretty much look at this and understand what it sounds like. Because there is an analogy between shapes written / printed on paper or maybe some other flat surface like your screen or some other kind of flat surface like a whatchamacallit, a sidewalk. I guess you don't really see written music on a sidewalk that much. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying this rambly thing. And if you're enjoying it enough to hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. But this is a visual analog. Because what do you have in music? You have pitch. What pitches? Well, at least this many. And then it repeats again with... Should we count that again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Back to the first note again. Yeah, there's only 12 notes, but does that sound like something that you would sing a song with? Potentially. Maybe. But this, I think, seems more accessible because for some reason it just is so familiar. Very familiar. And I think it has to do with how special that is. This is such a special thing to hear. Either way. Oh, I just dropped a die. Hold on. Okay. I rolled a 10 on the 11-sided die anyway. So what do you hear? You hear a series of pitches in a particular order where you could say, okay, here's one sound. And then what would you do? You would go to a higher sound. sound, and it feels familiar. So you have a collection of 2 sounds. And you say, I have a collection of 3 sounds. Okay, ultimately now we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sounds. But I still want to bring it right back around again to that first one because that feels better. Yeah. And I find in my 2.5 decades of teaching other people music, this has a lot of hurdles for the complete beginner. And it is very, very, very helpful to know what it is that you're talking about first. And by talking, I should really clarify and say what you're singing about first. And not even about, just what you're singing. So if I were to say, like, here's a song that you know, it's this one, Jingle Bells. If I were to take that and be like, okay, here's a, you know, and then how would I do that? And then, all right, I'm getting a little carried away and thinking too much about how to reharmonize it and just live in front of the thing. But it sounded enough like Jingle Bells for it to be close, right? Whatever. I didn't get too much sleep last night. Not to make excuses, but it is kind of harder to think if you're not adequately resting. Take a nap right... No, don't take a nap. Take a nap after this video. So then you really integrate what I'm talking about. If you don't know what it is yet, cool. If you do know what it is yet, that's also cool. So then, if I were to say there is a series of notes that I can choose from, and they sound like this, you'd say, that's pretty much easy enough. Let's compute some possibilities. I want to take some of those notes from that scale and not play every single one of them. Oh, this looks like a really good example. Because if I take a look at this, I hope the body cam is nice and focused. Oh, let me use a pencil for pointing. Pencils for pointing. I love the alliteration. This would be a do over here. Re over here. This would be... But as you can see, mi, fa, sol, la, not home. They have left the building. And this looks like it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 story tower. Tower of what? Relative pitch. Which pitches? These pitches. Relative to each other. I find that you can gain a very intuitive, natural understanding of music just by exploring the limits of vocabulary that is available to you when you have the option to play music. So, what sounds like a scale? I'd say that this sounds like a scale. Right? Let's come up with new words. I am in a music lesson. I must now be learning music. Are you learning music? Maybe. Nah, we're kind of learning about learning music right now. I'm assuming that you know the major scale, so that's not like new music that you're learning. And you probably have heard the song Jingle Bells and you probably hum the tune or sing it to yourself. Yeah, probably. But we're talking about learning how to learn music. I'm not talking about learning music. So I take a look at this card and I say, okay, I'm going to play Do and Re and Ti. That is the only card that's going to sound exactly like this. And if I move it, it's still the same card, and this is the only way that I can get these 3 notes, or these 3 notes, or these 3 notes, or these 3 notes. Oh my word. I don't know about singing that high F. I might say F that. I'm sorry, that was inappropriate. I'll try that again. These 3 notes, these 3 notes, these 3 notes, these 3 notes, these 3 notes. Okay, that felt like a good place to stop because probably you don't want to hear my vocal cords shredding themselves. Yeah, this is the only card that's going to sound like that because these 3 notes have that many empty spaces in the mix. In that specific relationship. Here's another set of 3 notes. Oh snap. Oh that's nice. 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 I like this. This one's cool. Yes, I think. Yeah, I think that one's cool. There's 41 of them. Why are there 41? I'll tell you why. It's because there's... I need more fingers. Hold on. There's 6 ways to pick 2 notes out of a 7-note scale. Each one has a card. There's 15 ways to play 3 notes. I don't have enough fingers to do that, so you're just going to take my word for it. 15 ways to choose 3 notes out of a 7-note scale. That's only 15 of them. I mean, come on, we have 26 letters in the alphabet. I mean, like, we're not even double that. You could probably handle a few more characters. I mean, you've seen a few of them. How many other shapes are you familiar with that are, like, not necessarily letters, but function just as well? I guess, okay, let's say we have the 26 letters of the alphabet, and then we have, like, the 10 Arabic numerals, so then that's, like, 36 things. That's getting even closer to just the 41. Oh, yeah, I stopped before saying that there's 20 options when you're choosing 4 notes out of a 7-note scale. It's true. And every single one of those options is contained in this deck of cards, and you can find none other without being redundant. And on the note of redundancy, there's even some hidden redundancy that is built into this deck. Why do you think these things might be color-coded? Oh yes, the color coding, that has to do with the inversion. So if you're willing to kind of stretch the word redundancy and be like, okay, inversions are just kind of like redundant expressions of the same thing, even though they're like uniquely different expressions of the same thing, they're still coming from the same thing, and they would thus be also redundant. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. This is, you know, I think this is really cool. It's certainly helped me a lot. I feel like it can help you a lot too if you're interested in that kind of thing. I do have a link where there are some available for sale right now. And you know what? I'm kind of feeling like, as I have to put more warm layers on, and I used to have sleeves on another article of clothing that actually just got stolen out of my cart like about 2 weeks ago. What fun. Oh, what fun it is to live in a crazy and chaotic world full of people that are desperate and driven to, you know, take from other people because they have really no other option maybe. Or maybe they do have options. I don't know. I never saw the guy. I never got a chance to ask. Anyway, maybe I'm still a little sore about that. But yeah, as it gets warmer out, warmer, eventually. As it gets colder out, I'm reminded, I think that there is kind of like a yearly ritual of material consumerism that comes around once a year. I wonder if this would make a good gift for someone you know that likes music and wants to pursue music. Even, you know, whatever age, because this is... because the same choices that you can make when you're starting out are the same choices that you can make when you're just about to die. Sorry. I mean, if you're choosing from a 7-note scale, it doesn't really matter. It's like, you could be an infinite being that is literally just like infinite, you know, not some like temporal, local, finite expression of infinity, which you definitely are. But anyway, on that note, I'll leave it there, and I'm going to make some more play-along videos so that you can see these in action. All right. Peace. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.